As you take action, you will not stand alone. The United States wants to work with you to improve the investment climate, expand trade and investment between our two countries, and help in any effective way we can, knowing full well we do not have all the answers. We are struggling economically as well, a different struggle, but a real struggle. Ultimately, democracy and free markets will flourish when they deliver on what people most want: honesty, the elimination of corruption, a decent job, the ability to care for their parents and educate their children, physical security and economic opportunity, a chance to build a better life. No one wants anything more than a chance. When democracy and free markets deliver on these basic desires, then those promoting alternative forms of government, whether from within or without, are never able to gain a foothold. Nowhere is the relationship between democracy, development, and security clearer than when it comes to energy. Right now, in the United States, we're making significant efforts, at some political expense, I might add, to diversify our energy supply, to invest in efficiency, and to make some very difficult decisions about how to deal with the carbon footprint we're leaving our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. None are without cost. Just as it is in our interest to diversify our sources of energy and reduce our influence on those we depend on for our energy, I might add so too is it in your overwhelming interest. Your economic freedom depends more, I suspect, in this country on your energy freedom than on any other single factor. Ukraine has abundant reserves of energy, and reform of your energy sector should reduce your dependence on foreign suppliers. Moving toward market pricing for energy is brave, but also absolutely necessary precondition. Promoting energy efficiency and conservation will also go a long way toward increasing your independence. Ukraine uses energy about 3 times less efficiently than the EU average, including your next-door neighbor, Poland. If you lift Ukraine to European standards, your need for energy imports will dramatically decline, Just that one single action, none other. That would be a boom to your economy and an immeasurable benefit, I respectfully suggest, to your national security. The time for inertia and neglect is long past. It's time for action, as I know you know better than I. I'm pleased that Ukraine and the United States have agreed to hold our first meeting of our working group on energy security so that we can look together for solutions to some of today's biggest challenges. The leaders of this country came together once in 2004 because they knew that a free and prosperous Ukraine was more important than any one politician or any one political party. I have no doubt the Ukrainians can and will come together again. When Shevchenko imagined freedom, he looked to the United States and its young revolution. In the words of a poem he wrote in 1858, he said, quote, "When will we greet our own George Washington at last with the new law of righteousness?" Today's American Revolution is not so young. And when the Shevchenkos of today imagine freedom, they don't have to look to the United States. They can rightfully look to Ukraine. The idea and promise of Ukraine's peaceful revolution remains an inspiration for the world and for this region. Just as your Orange Revolution did not end in 2005, it did not stop at Ukraine's borders. We hear its echoes wherever people peacefully stand and demand their voices to be heard, a cacophony of voices, and they refer back to your Orange Revolution. I've never met a Ukrainian. My very good friend, John Hynansky, a very prominent businessman from Delaware, is here. I had breakfast with him the other day. And I come from a city where I was born, Scranton, Pennsylvania, has a large Ukrainian-American population. I've never met a Ukrainian who doesn't think in terms of centuries. Centuries from now, What will Ukrainians say of this time? What will they say of their leaders? Will they say they return to the past? Or they say that the beginning of the 21st century launched a new era of prosperity, freedom, and independence, and hope for all Ukrainians? I hope you choose the path of progress for the people of Ukraine, for your children, and for a watching world. For literally, you are standing in a moment in history that you have never stood at before. Literally. It sounds like hyperbole to suggest this, and we politicians have a tendency toward hyperbole. But the God's truth is, you have never been at this place before. The chance for your people to establish a truly independent, free, and prosperous country with defined borders for the 21st century. When your children look back, what will they say of us? What will they say of what the United States did to help or not help? And what will they say of all of you? My sincere prayer is they will say that was the beginning of a dream we have dreamt for over 400 years. I pray to God that happens because, quite frankly, your success will bear in the success or failure of many peoples in this part of the world. I thank you for giving me the honor of being here, for listening, and I sincerely hope that you understand. I know we don't have all the answers, but I know your answer lies in freedom, and freedom lies in the development of genuine democratic institutions. I wish you the best, and we stand ready to walk that path with you. Thank you all very, very much.